Hi there, this is Zeph. Welcome to Becoming the Coach, Inspiring Growth, one lesson at a time. Today I'm going to introduce growth. How do you grow? What is growth? And how do you achieve that? Or do you think you're growing? Those are the questions you are to ask yourself. So talking about growth, there's a lot you do every day. You always have a +1, +2, +3. When you wake up to go do your daily chores, your daily errands, what did you do today that was different? Do you think you can still remember it? Was it impactful? Can you do it again? That is growth. As long as you're adding +1 on anything you're doing, that is growth. Think about growth in the perspective of a baby, in the perspective of a child. A child is born, they grow until they become an adult. Consider that as growth. Think about another perspective. A child goes to school, they start learning. What do they learn first? Maybe how to speak, how to write. Then later on they perfect in other fields until they become a profession. That is also growth. So that is what we're thinking about as growth. When we talk about growth, we also think about the mindset. What is your mentality? Are you thinking about expanding? Are you thinking about doing things better or doing things in a different way than you used to do? If you think about that, also we consider that as growth. So the mindset, the ability to think about doing things differently and better than you did them before, than you did them previously, we call that growth. When you have growth, there are challenges here and there. Do you learn to overcome them? Work around the challenges? Again, that's another perspective to think about growth. So, growth is not just what happens as you move up. It's actually how you open up to the world, how you perceive the world, and how it makes you better or just slightly higher than you were previously. Thinking about growth, let's talk about the skills that you develop. When you become a profession, let's say a student finishes school, they're about to be induced into maybe a specific career path. We call that growth already because they're transitioning from one phase to the next phase. But again, when they start that next career path, there is growth in terms of someone mentors you to become better than you are. So let me just hold on mentorship because mentorship is going to come up again on Becoming the Coach. We said we're inspiring growth one lesson at a time. So today is growth, next is mentorship. So when I talk about growth, I want you to think about these phases. The first one is you learn. You become a master in what you do. Then the next part, you build your capacity. By becoming a master already, your capacity is increasing, but you're gaining experience. Then what next? You inspire others. When you inspire others, they also follow your path. Then the last part that I will think on that inspiration to someone else is what is the impact? Are they going to grow positively? Are they going to be better than how you found them or how you got to them? Let me mention my growth pattern. Starting from, maybe let me just focus on the career path. I started as an intern. Anyone can start as an intern. During the internship, you learn about the different professions, what you can do, the opportunities that are out there for you. But these opportunities are quite endless and the scope is so huge. Now you need to perfect into one thing or focus into one. I come from a networking background, I come from a software background, but when you look at it from that perspective, I have to specialize into something. I started with software, moved to hardware, started working with one brand, then the next brand. Every time you work with every brand, you realize there's always +1, an extra towards my capacity. And that's what I'm thinking about as growth, as inspiration, and also as perfecting on that skill set. Once you perfect that skill set, are you able to teach someone else? Are you able to mentor someone else? Stay tuned for that. So I've talked about that capacity that I've built from the time I joined the professional industry until now. So what is the next thing? The next part is personal branding. How do you present yourself? You see, when we talk about capacity building, we're also talking about you as an individual, you as a brand of your own. As you expand your capacity, it starts to give a picture of who you are out there. Like someone knows me as a technical person in the security industry. What about you? Again, as you expand your capacity, expand your reach, then we consider that also as growth. But then, we're not just looking at growth of +1 right now and that's it. No. We also need to think about long term. 20 years from now, 50 years from now, is someone going to think about your growth steps from when you started until where you are? That's also another perspective to think about your capacity building and your capacity growth. So when we talk about growth, we also think about that level of what is the long term, what is the ultimate goal. When we think about the ultimate goal, we also need to look back, reflection on what have I learned along the way and how is it going to be better? Do I need to adjust anything? And that much. So we also do the reflection of the previous steps, previous milestones. And one thing about growth is the moment you reflect on your previous milestones, you will know if you're on the right track or you need to do an adjustment. At that time, you make the decision like, let me just make this adjustment. Already that is considered as growth. So you keep growing, you keep expanding your capacity in whatever the profession you do. I would like to summarize growth with emotional intelligence. So as you grow, you become smarter. Let's say someone has said previously or before, maybe you've heard it somewhere, we learn from our mistakes. So today, you while you are doing your daily activities, while you're learning, you make a mistake. Tomorrow, you don't want to go to the same mistake because you've learned from it. So that's what I talked about, perfectioning what you do. You keep getting a hurdle here, you learn from it. So the next time you just flow above it and then you move. It's the same way a driver learns some roads. So there's a road that this driver is super comfortable with. There's another one that they have to elevate first, learn how it works, and then they can use it comfortably. So that is how, even if you're learning a skill, you start from somewhere, make mistakes, consult, and then learn from that and become better. So for every profession that we think about, there's always growth. Growth is within you, growth is always there, and growth will always keep expanding your reach, keep expanding your means. So that brings me to the final word. As you grow, make sure you reflect on the past and make sure that every day when you leave your house, whatever you're doing, always add a +1, +1, +1. So it's like a staircase. You just keep adding one step, one step, one step. That is what you're doing. That is what you are looking forward to, inspiring your growth. So it's been me, Zeph, on Becoming the Coach. And I would like to encourage you, keep learning from what you're doing and keep being better in what you do. Thank you for staying tuned to Becoming the Coach. It's been our pleasure, inspiring growth, one lesson at a time. To get more of this, please subscribe to our content on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook at Becoming the Coach KE. Please also follow our content. Let's be in touch and grow together.